Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our advanced English lesson.
Hi there. I'm excited for today's topic. We're diving into some advanced idiomatic expressions.
That's right, Jake. These phrases will help you sound more like a native speaker.
And they can be really fun to use in conversations.
Absolutely. Let's start by looking at a few idioms. We'll begin with the elephant in the room.
Oh, I've heard that one before. It means something big that everyone is ignoring, right?
Exactly. For example, if there's a serious issue in a meeting, and no one is talking about it, that's the elephant in the room.
Got it. So, what about the next one? Devil's advocate.
Good question. Playing devil's advocate means to argue a point you don't actually believe, just to see how the other side responds.
So, if I'm arguing against something just for the sake of discussion?
Precisely. And it can help uncover deeper insights.
Interesting. I think I've used double-edged sword before too. What's the meaning?
A double-edged sword is something that has both positive and negative consequences.
Oh, right. Like how social media can connect people but also spread misinformation.
Exactly. And then we have at face value, which means to take something as it appears, without deeper analysis.
So, if I accept a statement at face value, I believe it without questioning it?
Exactly. Last but not least, we have gray area. This refers to situations that are not clearly defined.
Like moral dilemmas? Those often have gray areas, don't they?
Yes, fantastic example. Now, let's hop into a dialogue using these idioms.
Alright, I'll start. Emma, there's an elephant in the room regarding our project timeline.
I know, Jake. We need to address the delays honestly.
Yeah, but do you think it's a good idea to play the devil's advocate and suggest we adjust deadlines?
Absolutely. It could encourage us to think critically about our workload.
Right, but I worry that our manager might see it as a double-edged sword.
Why's that?
Because while it could open up discussions, it might also upset our team.
True. Should we discuss it at face value, or do we need to dig deeper?
It's a gray area for sure. I think discussing at face value is safer.
Agreed. Let's come up with a strategy to address it together.
Sounds good. Now let's break down these idiomatic expressions.
First up, the elephant in the room. Think about situations in your life where this applies.
I can think of a family reunion where nobody talked about a recent divorce.
Exactly. Now, devil's advocate. Have you ever tried this in a debate?
Yes. Once in a class discussion, I argued the opposite side to help my classmates understand.
Great application. Now, what about double-edged sword?
I think of technology. It helps us but can invade our privacy too.
Spot on. Next, at face value, requires critical thinking. Can you give an example?
I read an article that seemed biased at face value, but when I dug deeper.
Very good. Finally, the gray area can often lead to important discussions.
Yes, topics like ethics often get stuck in this gray area.
Perfect. Now let's quickly review the vocabulary.
Sure. First, the elephant in the room. What is it?
The elephant in the room refers to an obvious problem that no one wants to discuss.
Nice. And the devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate means to argue a position you don't really believe in.
Got it. What about double-edged sword?
Double-edged sword indicates something that has both benefits and drawbacks.
What's the meaning of at face value?
At face value means accepting something as it appears without digging deeper.
And the last one, gray area.
Gray area involves situations that are not black and white.
Fantastic recap. This lesson was really enlightening.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jake. Remember to practice using these idioms.
I will definitely try to use them in conversations.
Great. And for our next lesson, we'll explore cultural references in English.
That sounds exciting. Looking forward to it.
Me too. See you next time.
Bye.